I'm Joe Greene, and we're in Studio B, where live Studio B sessions on WNCW made possible by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Proud to welcome S.G. Goodman to Studio B today. Welcome.
Well, thanks for having me.
Great to have y'all here today. And we're loving the new record, and I assume you're probably going to play us some tunes off of it today.
I am. I'll play a couple of tunes from the new record, and I'll start out with a oldie.
Oh, you want to start with the oldie, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's get to that, because I know everybody wants to hear it.
All right. I'm S.G. Goodman. This is my song, Space and Time.
Without saying I love you, without saying what you mean to me, you know it makes me happy. Oh, when we share this space and time, want you to know you shape this heart of mine. And I never wanna leave this world, oh, without saying I love you. Oh, when out in the woods, this picture is clear to me. I owe my life to even my enemies, the ones who have loved me, the ones who have tried. The grips on my heart and their grips on my mind. The stranger I pass, my mama, brothers, friends, and my father, they're God undercover. I'm telling you now, in case I must go, want you to know I never wanna leave this world without saying I love you, without saying what you mean to me. Oh, you know it makes me happy. Oh, when we share this space and time, want you to know you shape this heart of mine. And I never wanna leave this world, oh, without saying I love you. share this space and time. Want you to know you shape this heart of mine. And I never wanna leave this world, oh, without saying I love you.
All right. Live in Studio B, S.G. Goodman here. And you have a show tonight at the Gray Eagle in Asheville, right?
That's true.
Yeah, I understood it was changed. I was saying the wrong thing this morning. My apologies for that. We had it one location in one source and then the Gray Eagle in the correct source. So
We'll be at the Gray Eagle. You've heard it here.
that's right. So don't forget it. That's where they're going to be. That song there from your debut album, right? Old Time
Yes,
Feeling?
the first track off the Old Time Feeling,
Right.
Space and Time.
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for doing that for us.
Of course.
You want to introduce these rock steady fellas who are playing with you here today?
I guess I can. I have Mark Salone over here on the bass. I've got Mikey Ruth on guitar, and I have Stephen Montgomery on drums.
All right, welcome, guys. Welcome. And this is the lineup for tonight, right? Or do you have any additional players joining you?
I hope they're going to show up.
You got some more.
No, I'm saying I
These
hope
guys?
these guys that I just introduced are
Oh,
going to show
okay,
up.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we
you
hope
know.
so too.
Me too.
You know, I read some things about you ahead of our meeting today, and there was in several different sources that brought out things about your accent, your Southern accent, I guess, or
Yeah.
your Kentucky accent, because you're from Kentucky, right?
I am. I was born in Union City, Tennessee, and actually, probably people from where I'm from, the accent is more Western Tennessee. So as you get a little further across the state, it's more Western Tennessee than it is Kentucky. But I am a Kentucky girl.
Well, maybe because I have country roots as well. Maybe that's why your accent doesn't seem as thick as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, you can understand me fine. We don't need an interpreter.
We don't.
That's good.
We don't. But I chuckled, you know, when I read that in one of the interviews that someone else did with you, that you needed an interpreter. How much does Kentucky speak to you? I mean, how much does that inform you on the music you write? You pull from there's a lot of musical sources in Kentucky. It's kind of like North Carolina. We've got a lot of musical legacy.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that most writers write out of a region. I think that's true of me. You know, I was always told to write what you know, and Kentucky's what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I like to incorporate the landscape and the stories I've been told from the area and how, you know, those things impact me. So I guess, yeah, Kentucky is going to be showing up in my work
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. You know, what you just said, you know, led me back to a quote that I made note of because I thought it was profound. You said you write out of your region, not into the region. Now, I believe that was in your New York Times
Yeah,
article.
and I actually, that's not an original quote from me. That was something I was told by a mentor of mine who's a North Carolina boy. His name's Delray Phillips.
I was going to ask you about him too.
He's a Pulitzer Prize nominee from North Carolina, and he's a mentor of mine and also was a professor of mine for creative writing, and he always, you know, stressed that point.
Mhm.
So can't
And you
claim that
focused
too
on
much.
creative writing when you were in college as well as philosophy, right?
Oh, I dabbled
You dabbled in
Yeah.
which?
in both.
Okay.
So focus is a strong word.
Oh, well, okay. But you wound up with a degree in philosophy, did you not?
I did, and yeah, I have a degree in philosophy and creative writing minor. But you know,
It was interesting for me to read, you know, what you said you learned from Dale, and how you keep that in mind as you compose.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to ask this. word economy was something that was mentioned and all of that. Is that something you've found super important in your songwriting?
I would just say, and being intentional, you know. I mean, obviously, there's words that could describe something that are not very melodic, and so you got to kind of work around that. But there's a lot of words out there to put in their place, and that's kind of the game of it. And so, yeah, I would say more than economy, you know, I would say being intentional about what you say, for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got a different style, but I noticed some of them seem to get a little flowery and indirect, which, you know, and if it's imagery, that's fine, but you can do imagery and not be super verbose. That's the way I feel about it, but I'm not a songwriter like you are. So.
Yeah, well, you know, there's no correct way to write anything, and a lot of people have written a lot of profound stuff that's not very direct. But
Right.
you know, I'm not necessarily one of those people. I'm more of a narrative type of person. I mean, I do have some songs that maybe the narrative isn't obvious for the listener, but it was in my head. So I would say that's kind of more the tradition I come from.
Well, the feeling sure comes forth, and that I think that's what you go for as a songwriter, right?